Hi everyone, this is Peggy for Celeb Buzz. We're joined today by Nick Carter and Jordan Knight, also known as Nick and Knight. And you guys have a new album that just dropped today. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, we're excited.
I'm excited too. So I wanted to ask, how would you describe the new sound to your fans, old and new? Like people who might be a little more curious now that it's just the two of you.
Yeah. Fresh and new. Well, I think if you listen to like the New Kids' last album and the Backstreet Boys' last album, we kind of did like big epic pop sounding songs, and but this is kind of more, I would say, broken down, like rhythmic, sexy. Just lends itself more to that. So I would just say that. Yeah, the good thing about it is we kind of we felt like we had the freedom to experiment and just be really creative and not have the pressure of doing some big pop album.
How did you guys decide who was singing which part and the harmonizing, or?
I don't know, we kind of, when we would listen to songs, or we wrote a lot of the songs on the record as well, we would just listen to them and see what kind of, felt good. Maybe he would, a lot of times I would be like, man, I really think you sound good on this verse, or he'd do the same thing back, and each song was kind of tailored for the individual, and it kind of spoke to us in a way. Mm-hmm. So, it wasn't that difficult.
So there was no fighting over, I want this part because I know everybody's gonna scream for me.
Not really. I think when you hear a song, you see that person, like you just see it. You just see, what, that's a Nick line for sure. Just because we have different different voices. So.
Cool. I have to ask you, who came up with the name Nick and Knight? Because it's your first name and your last name. How come it wasn't the other way around or any other?
It just, I don't know, it just had a ring to it. Nick and Knight just had a ring to it.
It kind of came up when we were on the NKOTBSB tour. We were underneath the stage, and we would joke a lot before we would have to go up and actually, during the show, the concert. And I remember it actually coming up, hey, Nick and Knight, whatever, and it just stuck. And it didn't, so we just kind of rolled with it.
Tell me about the tour. It starts September 15th in Nashville. What can we expect?
Get your tickets at nickandknight.com.
Hashtag.
What can people expect? I guess just a lot of fun. I think we have a good chemistry on stage together. And just, we're going to sing the whole album, songs from the whole Nick and Knight album.
Sing some New Kids, Backstreet Boys songs.
Might sing some New Kids and Backstreet Boys songs. We're gonna probably take people, back in time and do some hits from the 80s and 90s. Just have a little fun, go down memory lane. We have a live band. There's choreography, just high energy, just fun. And we're actually brainstorming on an idea this morning. We might get some fans up on stage.
Can you elaborate more?
I can't really, because the idea hasn't been totally fleshed out, but it's always fun to, get the crowd involved and, pull some fans on stage and just have a party.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a giant party.
What kind of musical influences did you guys have in mind when you were writing the songs and putting everything together?
We draw from just a lot of musical influences. Sometimes the track will dictate like where you go. There's a song on the album called Drive My Car Tonight, and the track was like this indie 80s sounding track, and we just kind of like started singing 80s melodies and came up with like an 80s kind of hook and title.
Like something to Cars or something.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Like some Flock of Seagulls type of thing. So, just all different types of influences. That's why I was kind of going back to how we felt freedom on this album, is that we could just experiment. And sometimes when you're looser and freer, more creative ideas come out of that. So.
And I was excited to write with him as well. We had written a long time ago, but he's a fantastic writer and has great melodies, a great singer as well. And that collaboration, when we got in the studio and created those songs that we wrote on, and also the songs that we picked, it was kind of like magic in the studio. So it was fun.
Perfect. Will there be album number 2?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, it really depends on a couple things. Are people gonna like the first album? Are they gonna enjoy the music? Is that gonna transcend? And our show, we're gonna put on one hell of a show. You know, that's what we're showmen, first and foremost. So, and if all those things line up, then we're coming with the second album, of course.
Perfect. Nick Carter, Jordan Knight, Nick and Knight, the album is in stores now. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.